What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls played quite an interesting game against the Toronto Raptors, and it was kind of a back and forth type of situation. The Bulls with a strong first quarter, Toronto respond with a strong second quarter, the Bulls respond with a strong third quarter, and just by the narrowest margin, Toronto cooked us in the fourth, but we just escaped with the victory. Back and forth, I would say. Both teams had their fair share of things in the end, but the Bulls in the end walked away with the win. Quite an interesting game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today, and your player of the game as we win this one 122 to 121, a 1-point game that the Bulls have managed to escape with. Look, this game had its fair share of difficulties. First and foremost, Zach LaVine did not play in this game. He just didn't play. So we had a lineup out there of Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Nikola Vucevic, Patrick Williams, and Josh Giddey. And ultimately, look, I think Zach LaVine is very vital to our offense, but today we didn't necessarily miss him that much, at least from the scoring side of things. The thing about Zach LaVine is even if he's not scoring, I think he provides much threat because of what he's known for in the league. Known for his catch and shoots, known for his ability to create his own shot, get to the rim, highly athletic, all these great things, right? Offensively, even if he doesn't have the best game, he poses a threat by just being there. Regardless, in terms of actual production out there, the Bulls were able to handle their business in this timeout, and I'm very happy with the offensive, responsibility that was shared amongst everybody in this game. So we'll start off with Ayo. Had 12 points in this game, 40 minutes for Ayo Dosunmu. So the Iron Man of the Chicago Bulls really came out to play today. Nikola Vucevic back to his best, 24 points, only 5 rebounds though, so not the best in the end, but still, his production was massively needed. Good to see he's recovered from his illness. Kobe had 19 points. You know the standard for Kobe White. Has some good quarters, then has some not so great quarters. Josh Giddey, before we get into what he was able to do for the Chicago Bulls, he suffered an ankle injury. It felt like it was just stumbling along his, within his own path, if you know what I mean. There was no real contact from the opponent who was shooting the shot. But it looked painful, and to be honest, it looks like he's going to be out for a while. Now, hopefully there will be an update in the very near future discussing Josh Giddey and what actually happened. Hopefully it's not as bad as what I'm thinking it is, but as Bulls fans, especially with point guards, we tend to think the worst. So naturally, that's where my mind goes, and I'm thinking he's going to be out for a couple of months. But hopefully it's not like that. Hopefully, because he's still young, guy's still, 21, 22 years old. Hopefully those young bones in there can recover quickly and he can come back to the Bulls because he was doing so well. He was on contention for my player of the game, even though he didn't play the entire game. He had 24 minutes, I believe, in this timeout, and almost a triple-double. He was really playing well in this timeout. So I give all respect to Josh Giddey. Hopefully he can come back soon. But then moving on, Talen Horton-Tucker, 25 minutes. See what happens when he gets back into the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. 25 minutes today and 15 points on the night. Now look, I get it. When Zach LaVine comes back, there's a good chance Talen Horton-Tucker's the one that's not going to get any minutes. But I think it's clear as day, when you give Talen Horton-Tucker minutes, he's going to give you something. And he gave us something today, ladies and gentlemen. He gave us offense. A nice alley-oop as well. Who assisted that alley-oop? It was Lonzo Ball. And speaking of, Lonzo Ball, 23 minutes in this timeout. I don't know if that's the most he's played this season, but I think that's pretty close. 8.7 assists and 6 rebounds on the night. So he got a near triple-double, I would say, in his own right. Very happy for Lonzo Ball. At the end of the day, every time he plays a game, I'm going to be happy for him. Whether he has an absolute stinker and drops the ball, or whether or not he's producing like he produced today. Always going to be happy to see Lonzo Ball on the court because I think it's absolutely incredible that he's back. And not many superstars, not many players would come back from the injury that he's come back from. So as long as he's paving the way for young guys to believe in themselves from an injury like this, I'm happy to see Lonzo Ball on this team. I'm happy to see Lonzo Ball playing this well. Give credit where it's due. Jalen Smith had his 10 points, not too shabby. Bazelis had 7 points, and Julian Phillips had 10. So our whole bench collectively scored a ridiculous amount of points. And everyone that did play in this game scored a ridiculous amount of points. from the bench. So to see that bench total, the game was shared amongst each other. Everybody played a factor, everybody played a role, everybody did their job, and everybody put numbers up on the board. Without any one of those bench productions, if Bazelis didn't score his 7 points, we wouldn't have won this game. If Julian Phillips didn't score his 10 points, we wouldn't have won this game. If Lonzo Ball didn't get his 8 points, we wouldn't have won this game. There wasn't a guy out there that scored 2 points or anything like that. No, everybody contributed with a good chunk of points that allowed us to win the game. Toronto must feel absolutely devastated to know that it was so well-rounded of a game for the Bulls, and they just couldn't stop it, because when one guy was stopped, someone else was there to step up. That is team basketball at its finest, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a game I will always enjoy watching. Now, I didn't get to see the whole game, so I'm not going to tell you how many threes the Bulls chucked up. I'm not going to tell you the assist numbers in total that the Bulls had, even though I'm pretty sure it's fairly high, with Lonzo and Giddey getting the bulk of them. I don't necessarily know those stats, but what I do know is a team effort, great response from, I guess, a game where we were chucking up 53s and it felt very stagnant and no offense. That's a very big and very good response in my opinion. And it has to keep up, ladies and gentlemen, because our next game will not be so easy when we verse Boston. A game like this could get you a win against Boston. I really believe it. Where everybody's involved, everybody is doing their thing, and not one person had a bad game, and everybody stepped up to the plate. A game like this would be able to get a victory. We got Boston twice in the next few days, so we got to be aware of that. But that's for another time. My player of the game, personally, it would have been Josh Giddey. It really would have been. But unfortunately, because of his injury, you know what? I'm still going to give it... I don't care. I'm still going to give it to him. 24 minutes, near triple-double. I think he was huge in this game. A very huge factor in the game. I don't care. I know Kobe had 19. Vucevic had 24. Maybe based on pure points, you could give it to a guy like Nikola Vucevic, who I thought was solid overall. Io being the Iron Man with 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 12 points, 40 minutes. You could give it to him for just how long he had to play and step up. But I think Josh Giddey was the biggest impact player today. He's my player of the game. Hopefully he can recover soon. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.